Welcome to my hitbox tutorial. Basically, recently, more so than ever, I've started to appreciate how important it is to know the game engine inside and out. And just the other day, when Asin was over and we were playing, I thought to myself, you know what, I should actually look through all of Fox's hitboxes like individually and just kind of not necessarily study them, but just make sure I know them. Some hitboxes have quirks and things like that that you wouldn't expect, so it's always good to know the hitboxes of a character inside and out. I would recommend for everyone to just look up their character's hitboxes. You can go to Google and pretty much just type SSBM insert character hitboxes, and usually the Smashboards link is the one you want to click because that'll give you the frame data in addition to the hitboxes. There's usually like a SSB wiki link which will be just the hitboxes, which is good too, but you know, it's good to have the frame data for reasons that I'll go into once we actually go into the hitboxes themselves. But as I said, it's just good to have that game knowledge, especially with how intricate and advanced the metagame is getting these days. You really want to know your character as well as possible. So I recommend everyone to do that. So going over this right here, Fox for example, that's a basic example of a hitbox GIF. Is it GIF or GIF? I asked this last time, but I didn't actually bother to check if anyone corrected me. I'm gonna go with GIF. So this is a hitbox GIF. It's at 1/3 speed, which is generally all the hitbox GIFs, which is good because it allows you to actually see the hitbox and kind of, you know, see the nuances of where it starts, where it ends, and you know, where the hitbox actually is during different periods of the move, as you can see even with these jabs already. But basically the yellow area is the hurt box. That's where your character is vulnerable. That's where your character, as far as the game engine is concerned, is able to be hit. And so as you can see, Fox actually has that little white spot on his tail that's invulnerable. It's kind of cool. Samus, pretty much her whole body is vulnerable. As you can see, that's her hurt box, except for her feet, interestingly enough. So that's the character's hurt box, is the yellow part. The red part would be the hitbox, and that's the actual part of the move that's coming out and attacking something. As you can see, for the jabs, it's pretty straightforward, literally. Going into the frame data that's listed below, total, what's listed right here, that's going to be the amount of time that the move is out total. So as soon as you hit the A button, it's going to take 17 frames, as is listed there, for the move to start and end, and for you to be able to do something else. When you're free to do something else after would be 17 frames later. So that's the total duration of the move. Hit, that's the time that the move is actually hitting. So as you can see here, Fox's jab actually really quick, hits on frames 2 to 3. That's really fast for a jab. But as you can see, that means there's a lot of downtime where Fox is vulnerable after the jab. Not necessarily a factor in this case, because in the grand scheme of things, what is that? That's 12 frames, I think, where he's vulnerable after the jab. That's not a lot. For those that don't know, there's 60 frames in a second, so a frame is a 60th of a second essentially. So that's important to keep in mind when looking at these figures. IASA is like something to do with like the Smash DI or something. I need to look into that myself and figure out the specifics of that. I forget what that means exactly. I'm sorry for the lack of a better explanation. Window of the second punch, 3 to 31. That just means that if you press A between 3 and 31 frames after the initial press of this jab, then you'll get the second punch, which is right here. Second punch starts 6 or later, so that's just when the second punch, the soonest the second punch is able to start is frame 6. Jab 2, total 20 frames. I like how it looks like Fox is kind of boxing. That's kind of cool. But as you can see, that's the idea of hitboxes. Let me quickly glance in my chat and see if anyone said anything about what I interruptible as soon as. Oh yeah, so it has to do with like jump cancels and stuff. Turn the fan on for the fans. It is kind of warm in here. So I just wanted to kind of actually just look through Fox's hitboxes and kind of talk about them. Not much to say about the second jab. That's not really a super useful move, or the rapid jab. F tilt, solid move. It comes out quick. Hits 5 to 8. That's pretty quick as far as tilts go. It's not super fast, but 5 to 8, 5 frame tilt, not bad at all. And of course you can angle it. Obviously seen in some peculiar edge guard situations. As you can see here, it actually kind of starts in his body, so worth noting, I guess. I mean, if someone you can hit someone even that's really close to you with an F tilt, because as you can see, the red hitbox there is kind of starting within his body. So moving forward, down tilt. Look at the extension on the red there. Just means it has really good range on that attack. So, and you know, as you can see, what we call a disjointed hitbox is when the hitbox extends far away from the hurt box, leaving the hurt box very safe, relatively speaking. And right here, Fox has a very good disjointed hitbox on his down tilt. There's almost no overlap even between the hitbox and the hurt box. His hurt box is very safe and far away from the down tilt, so very impressive range on that move. We also have one of my personal favorite moves ever, up tilt. Great coverage in terms of protecting his hurt box there, as you can see with the red just covering up the yellow right there. Comes out very fast too for a tilt, 5 to 11, and it kind of starts in his body, kind of like forward tilt too. So dash attack, pretty straightforward. Hit 4 to 17. That's really the main reason that dash attack is so useful even in today's metagame. 4 frame is pretty fast for a dash attack, so it's good to just toss out there, and if you get that confirmed, you can usually lead into a better kill opportunity or combo situation at lower damages too. We got F smash, good coverage on this, which is why you'll see it as a edge guard utility. Kind of covers a good arc in front of him, this area right here, and covers up his hurt box very well. Very slow, as you can see, hit 12 to 22. That takes a long time to come out, so important to keep in mind with forward smash. Up smash, by the way, blue, this is the first, I've been waiting for blue to come up just to explain it. Blue is invulnerable, so important to note, it says it right here, it spells it out actually. Head invincible, but not snout, 1 to 9. His head actually becomes invincible for frames 1 to 9 of the up smash. Interesting to know, that's part of what makes up smash such a good move for sure. You definitely have to consider that when you consider how great of a move up smash is. Hit 7 is really good for a move that's strong. Smash moves in general, I don't think tend to come out on frame 7. So that's very fast for a smash move, and obviously one of the stronger smashes in the game. And yeah, it's just obviously it comes around behind him, and if it hits people back here, it sends them behind him. So that's something that you don't really notice from the hitbox, the angle and knockback of the moves necessarily, but Hitboxes are still obviously very important to pay attention to. This would be his down smash. He has a little bit of invincibility here. His leg's invincible on just frame 6, just the one frame. Interesting. That's like the money frame for down smash, I guess, because that's also when it comes out. So that's when you see it used as an edge guard, is when probably it hits on frame 6. Has very good coverage there. As you can see, pretty disjointed on his hitbox as well. Nair stays out a really long time. Hit 4 to 31. That's 27, 26 or 27. I'm not sure how you calculate that specifically, but that's a really long time. That's almost half a second that move is out. So that's part of why Nair is such a great utility for Fox. It's also relatively good coverage here, as you can see. Covers up his hitbox pretty well with the hitbox. Up air, this is an interesting thing to note. Some moves have multiple hits, so it'll just have a comma and list them separately. Hits 8 to 9, hits 11 to 14. So that's Fox's up air, one of my favorites. Back air stays out a pretty long time too, 15 frames or so. That's about a quarter of a second. Another reason why back air is a great move, in addition to obviously a great hitbox here that covers them up really well. You can kind of compare. Nair has a really good hitbox, but back air kind of extends a little bit further from Fox's hitbox. So back air a little bit better of an aerial in that sense. Dare has a ton of hits. Let's see, let's count the number of hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits on drill. And so here you see the active frames of each. Even at 1/3 speed, you can practically not even tell the difference between the hits there, but that's 7 separate hits. And you see the hitbox there, very straightforward. Fair has 5 hits. I did not realize Fair had 5 hits until I looked at this hitbox list earlier. So, new challenge to anyone who can kill an opponent in an actual match with the 5th hit of Fair, and you'll get a free box of mint Energems. Shout out to Energems, great tasting energy, caffeine, B vitamins. Just keeping me going right now. Grab. So this one's good because it illustrates a different color. That's purple. That's like a grab color. That's just a grab box. I don't know what you call that specifically. I'm going to call it a grab box. So this takes actually half a second, the total animation of the grab. So either a standing grab or a jump cancel grab would take 30 frames, but only 7 to 8, those 2 frames are where you have a grab box out there and you can grab something. Dash grab takes a little bit longer, takes about 2/3 of a second, 40 frames, and has the same amount of time on the grab, but it comes out later, as you notice, which is the utility of a jump cancel grab. Gives you that faster grab, even out of a dash, versus this slower dash grab. Slower dash grab, worth noting, does have a little more range. As you can see, the purple kind of extends a bit further in a way. So, and comes out later, meaning you can kind of, if you throw it out for like a, I don't know, a sidestep, you can kind of catch the end of a sidestep where you wouldn't be able to with a normal grab. So, has its utilities rarely, dash grab does, but usually you want to go with the jump cancel grab to get the standing version. Shine, check out that invincibility, or, let's see. Even I'm confused right now. Reflects 40. Oh, okay, that's reflect. That's reflect. I was confused about what that little blue circle was, but that's his reflect box. So as you see it, 4 to 21. Hits on frame 1, obviously. Shine. That's part of what makes Shine so ridiculous. The main thing that makes Shine so ridiculous. Jump cancelable whenever it reflects. So I guess you can jump cancel on frame 4 at the soonest. Lag upon release 19. You never want to just let go of Shine normally. You always want to jump cancel it. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna break down individually. Firefox hits a ton of times. You can't even really see the hitbox in the middle of the fire there. So air dodge, as you can see, he turns blue because he's invulnerable during that part. Hitboxes are just really good to look at to understand your character better. And I'll be going into them more specifically anytime I go through any kind of matchup breakdown, as I did in Fox vs. Luigi, and this is set up for Fox vs. Samus, which is my next matchup breakdown coming up soon. So that's pretty much it. Definitely recommend checking out hitboxes for your character specifically. You might learn a thing or two that you didn't realize about a character's move and its utility. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my intro to hitboxes. Thanks for watching, guys.